Hey everybody, Jay at Lock and Lube. Today, talking to you about our preset digital tire inflator. This is a really exciting, super powerful tool for anyone who's doing a lot of work with tires or just wants a really sweet digital toy. Input whatever you want your tire pressure to be, connect this to your air compressor, put your LockNFlate Air Chuck on the valve stem, and simply walk away and let it do the work. You also have two preset pressure settings. So if you're always airing your car tires up to 32 and tractor trailers up to 120, whatever it is, you can set both of those. You can control your pressure settings here. This gauge works up to about 175 PSI. That's 12 bar for those of you that speak bar. It also has an OPS setting. So if you're trying to seat a tire or seat a bead onto a rim and you want to overpressurize, you have total control over that as well. But in addition to all that, it's got a rechargeable lithium-ion battery with a charge port here, and of course the cord to charge it's included. 68-inch hose that's got a spring guard on the base end to prevent any kinks or breaks, and our LockNFlate Air Chuck on the end of that hose. Let's get into the operation and show you how this thing works. All right, so here's our LockNFlate. I'm gonna give you a tour of the functions here. Hold the on-off button to turn it on. Now you'll see P1 and P2, these are your presets. So there's 15 and 30 PSI are gonna be the defaults out of the box. If you want to adjust your tire pressure, just use the up and down buttons here. But now for your presets, we'll hit P2, we'll go to the pressure we want, and then we'll hit set. Now our P2 value is 32. The next thing we'll show you is the units here. So the default is going to be PSI, but if you hit set and then your plus or minus arrows, you can change to kilopascals or bar or whatever units you want. We're going to keep it in PSI. Last is the OPS setting. So you hit set twice and now OPS is flashing at the top. This is going to be your overpressure setting. So you've got your value set for where you want your tire, and then your OPS can go as high as 29 PSI, higher than that. So this is not your tire pressure. This is going to be your tire pressure plus this value is where the inflator is going to take your tire, and then it's going to bring it back down to the pressure setting you selected earlier. So I'm going to take this back a little ways, and for now we're just going to use 5. Now if you use 0 and hit set, you'll see the OPS goes away. Hit that twice, OPS is flashing. We'll go up to 5 and hit set. OPS stays on. So now you know, okay, I've got my tire pressure set to 32, but there's an OPS setting in there as well that's going to take it higher than that 32 and then bring it back down. I'm going to take this back to 0 for our demonstration. We're at 32, and now we're ready to connect this and air up our tire here. So we're hooked up here. We're now going to put our LockNFlate Air Chuck onto the valve stem. And that's it. You can hear it give a little test burst to make sure it's connected. It gets an initial reading. We're at 27 PSI. And while it's pumping air, there is almost like the bars on your cell phone going, so you can know that it's pumping. Now when you're close to the tire, you hear it, but the point of this 68-inch hose is you can stay safe. You can leave, you can connect your air chuck, get way back. If you're doing a tire in a cage or higher pressures, obviously safety first, right? That beep tells us it's at 32 PSI, it's hit our set pressure, and it's done. Now it's gonna keep beeping because it's gonna keep the pressure right at that 32 PSI. Even if we leave the room or walk away or forget about what we're doing, you can hear it there, topping off the tire, keeping it right at that 32 until we disconnect it. And now that it's disconnected, it gives a beep to acknowledge that the tire pressure was set and that it's no longer operating. So that's it. That is the preset digital tire inflator. Thanks for watching. For more information, check out lockandlube.com.